The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will play Nebraska at Nebraska, 3:30 Saturday on CBS. And Nebraska is 3-0. They've beaten, let's see who they've beaten. They beat Cincinnati 20-17. That was the first game. Akron, they beat 68-0. And Houston Baptist, they beat 59-7. Now, me saying that, I don't take much from Akron and Houston Baptist, but they blew them out, blew their doors off, and that's what they're supposed to do. So that's all I take from that. Is Matt Rule has these guys ready and locked in. Like I said before, he had that pregame speech against Akron when they were up 33-0, and they went out and blanked them 68-0. So he has them focused, and he's trying to keep that focus. Year 3 is usually the dividend year for Matt Rule's installing his culture and stuff. You usually see the dividends year 3. Now, last year, they were looking for that big time win. You want to get that big time win. Last year, they almost had it against Ohio State. Dylan Raiola missed some throws or else they probably win that game. But so this year we're on deck. We didn't play him last year, so they probably he's trying to get that big time win on us. You get what I'm saying? So he's going to have those boys locked in and ready to go. Now, Nebraska, the thing about them is Dylan Raiola, this is his second year. He's gotten better. He's what? Let's see. What is he on the year? He's 76% passing this year. I mean, he's only played one real team, but that's still good. You know, it's hard to be almost 80% against air. So the thing that I noticed I rewatched most of the Cincinnati game, was short throws, dinking and dunking, slants and things like that. He's gotten pretty good. He's gotten really pretty good at the short and intermediate game. You know what I mean? So the thing you want to do, of course, Michigan, stop the run. That's everybody. Stop the run. Now, Dylan Raiola he's not really a running threat, but if you give him a running lane, he'll pick up those free yards. He'll scramble and pick up those free yards. If he can step up and there's a running lane, he'll take those 5 to 10 yards. So that's the thing that they have to pay attention to, is staying in their rush lanes, not giving him a lane to step up to, and then he can scramble and get some free yards. He also does some RPO stuff, but I'm not worried about that too much. The thing that worries me going against their offense is, how's Michigan pass rush going to look? Now, lucky for us, they're realizing maybe we don't need to put, maybe it's not a need to put Barham on the D line and rushing the passer. Maybe it's a must. Maybe we have to do this. It's not a want. I said that wrong. It's not a want. It's a need. We need to put him on the edge to rush the passer, and that's what they're doing. And he had 2 sacks last game. Now TJ Guy didn't play last game, and I think that's strictly to see how Barham was going to do. And Derek Moore played last week. He didn't do much. He missed a sack. I haven't liked what I've seen out of him, but this is a game. Dylan Raiola is a bonehead. I'm not going to say he's a bonehead, because he's 76% and he's played pretty well this year. but he still has bonehead mistakes in him. You just got to give it a little push. You give it a little push, a little pressure in his face, and he'll throw up something, thinking he baby Patrick Mahomes. That ain't you, brother. He's escaping the pocket. He'll try to do something, think he can run away from guys. You're not that fast. Then you get hawked down and you can get strip sacked, things like that. He's still prone to making bonehead mistakes. He'll try things, you know. So you want to put pressure on this dude, but you don't want to do it. I don't like to see us blitz that much. I know that's part of Wink's scheme, but I'd rather get pressure with 4. If I can't get 4, I want to see the stunts and the twist. And then if that don't work, then I like to see more blitzes. But I'll be interested to see how Wink does this. You know, this is the start of Big Ten play. So this is for real now. This is Big Ten play. This Big Ten football, baby. So I'm interested to see how Wink handles it with the edge rushers. How much edge does Barham play? And also the rotation between Derek Moore and TJ Guy, Dominic Nichols. I'm interested to see how that goes. But I expect Michigan to shut down their running game. Emmett Johnson's a pretty good running back. He runs hard. But I expect Michigan. It's not easy to run on Michigan. What's his name? Oklahoma didn't have much success until that last drive when it looked like Michigan was kind of gassed. But most of their yards came from John Mateer's legs. Dylan Raiola's not going to beat us like that, you know, unless we're just leaving huge gaping holes in the middle and he's just taking free yards. But I don't think it's going to go quite like that. So defensively, you want to stop the run, put the game on Dylan Raiola, but also while you're putting the game on him, you're putting the pressure on him with your front 4, the blitzes, the twists, the stunts, all the things like that to get pressure on him and to make him make bonehead mistakes. Make him play great. Make him be a great player. Put it on him, you know. But now defensively, Nebraska defensively, I like what I see from Nebraska defensively. And it's not from a scheme per se that I like. It's the fact that they play fast. They play fast, they play physical on defense, and they fly around. You're seeing the gang tackle. You're seeing the gang tackle with the energy, the enthusiasm. I like to see it. I'm not gonna front. I liked what I saw out of them, you know, in that Cincinnati game, and I mean obviously in other games because they blanked them, and the other team scored 7, Houston Baptist. So I like what I see out of them. It's not a complex scheme with a lot of exotic type blitzes like Wink or Venables, which thank God. But the film that Michigan put on display going against Oklahoma, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some 0. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, some all-out blitzes because it's on film. I didn't see you. Yeah, you had a good game against Central, but I haven't seen you if you can handle it yet. And you're on the road. You're in our house, so you got to deal with the crowd also. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some of that stuff from their defense. Now, offensively, it's interesting because we had the Oklahoma game plan, then we had the Central game plan. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle where it's not so much run and maybe not so much pass because that was a weakness of Central Michigan. It was their pass defense. But I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. And then whichever one works better, you kind of lean on more. But something else, Cincinnati's quarterback, he almost ran for 100 yards on Nebraska. And it wasn't all designed runs. Some of it was designed runs where he got good yardage. Some of it was scrambling where like I said about Raiola, you step up in the pocket. There's a lane, and you take what they gave you. You know, so I think there's going to be yards. There's going to be yards for Bryce to get with his legs. You just got to go get them when they're there. Don't force it, but when it's there, take it. Don't force a throw. If you got a lane, go get it. Go get it. We want to stay ahead of the chains. We don't want to be in third and long. If there's a lane, and you can see you can get 7, 8, or maybe even, oh baby, I might come in the open field and I look up, it's 20 to 30 yards I can get. Go get it. Go get it. That's what football is. It ain't about just I gotta throw it from the pocket. Get me them yards. This ain't it's about yardage. It's about moving the chains and getting yards. That's the big thing. I don't care how you do it. This is college. This is college. We see option teams are winning now. Just move the ball. So I don't care how they do it, but of course I want to see them use Bryce's legs because it's part of what makes him good, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some design quarterback runs, whether that's QB powers, whether that's read, whether that's RPO, you know, all of the above. Use the tools that you have in your belt. And Bryce's legs are one of those tools. So that's the thing. I'm interested to see how Zavada does. And I'm interested to see Samaj back there. Samaj has me nervous. We were talking about that on M3's show in the chat. Shout out to M3, Maniac and all of them. But yeah, I'm interested to see. Well, I'm not interested to see. Samaj has me nervous back there. Reminds me of AJ Henning back there playing around. The ball's almost dead, and then you decide to go grab it when the other team is standing around. Like, bro, you got to chill on that stuff. So I'm gonna be looking out for Samaj in those punt returns, hoping it pays off and we get a dividend. And by dividend, I mean a big punt return, you know. But besides that, what's the defensively? I'm not sure. Now we've got injuries. I probably should have led with this. My bad. El Hadi's not playing. He's out maybe a week or two more. Probably in a couple weeks. He'll be back in a couple weeks. Brady Norton. They say he's at practice and they're hoping to get him back. Rod Moore. They're saying Rod Moore might play this week. Seems like you would have got him in last week going against Central and it's a blowout. Seemed like you would have got him in last week, but we'll see. We'll see. I would have liked to see him knock off the rust against Central. I don't think he's going to play this week. The more I think about it, I don't think Rod is going to play this week because I believe Michigan has a bye after Nebraska. So that's 2 more weeks. That's almost 3 more weeks to get him even healthier and up to speed. So I'll be very surprised if I see Rod Moore actually play in this game, but it might be a pleasant surprise. Hopefully, if he does, it is a pleasant surprise. But yeah, what's the receiver's name? Hunter. Nazai Hunter. He's also a good weapon for Nebraska and Dylan Raiola. He'll go up and get it. You know, he's the type that you'll throw a fade to, or he'll just make a big time catch, an underthrown ball, and he'll go up and make a big time catch. That's kind of what I saw from him, at least in the Cincinnati game, and that's the best team they played. So if that's what I saw, I wouldn't be surprised if you do it. So corners, Sanders played well. We didn't hear his name much. That's a good thing at corner for the most part. But he wasn't really, I don't think he was targeted too many times either. But I'm not sure if Zeke will play this game. I doubt it the way he was looking against Oklahoma. I doubt if Zeke will play. But if he does, maybe it'll be a pleasant surprise. But Jair Hill and Sanders, find the ball. Find the ball. Dylan Raiola will put that thing up for grabs sometimes. Get it. Don't almost get it. I don't want to see no almost, because whenever you almost get a pick, a touchdown or something bad usually happens the next play. It ain't gonna take 2-3 plays later. It's gonna be that next play. You gonna feel the consequences of not intercepting that pass. But I'm really hoping to see the Michigan's defensive line take over this game. That's what I want to see. If there's anything I want to see, it's Michigan on defense. Michigan's defensive line take over this game and let them understand you really ain't got a chance to move this ball like you want to. Not without being on your back, and not without getting sacked. And let me say this, because I done got on this sacked and not sacked. Getting pressure, I'm a sack guy. Getting pressure is good. I want the sack, and I'm gonna tell you why. So let's say Central Michigan, we got a nice amount of I think we had 2 or 3 sacks. One was Jair Hill, and I'm not sure who else, but it might have been 2 or 3, and a nice amount of pressures. I like sacks, and this is why. When you're playing a scrub team, pressures are cool. You really want sacks regardless. Pressures are cool. But when you play a bigger team with better talent, those pressures can turn into we're not getting even close. We're not getting there. Like, you get what I'm saying? So when you're getting a lot of sacks, that means you're getting there consistently and you're getting the quarterback down. Most likely he didn't have a chance. That's why you got so many sacks. Pressures. We pressured John Mateer. You get what I'm saying? But we had chances at sacks. It still goes in the record book as a pressure. But you pressured him. He escaped the pressure and threw it 40, 50 yards. You pressured him. He stood in the pocket and delivered the ball 30, 40 yards downfield. You pressured him. He broke the tackle or gave a little move, and he continued to run up the sideline. So I like to get sacks because pressures, you could get pressures and it ends up like what happened with Mateer. Those plays still go down as pressures, but he cooked you. He put us in the pressure cooker. You get what I'm saying? So getting pressure ain't good enough for me. I need us to get sacks because that shows me that we're consistently getting there, and a lot of the times the quarterback ain't got a chance. That's why he got sacked. So that's my that's my rant on sacks and pressures. But yeah, Michigan's offensive line. So Nebraska's defense isn't, I wouldn't say they're a heavy pressure team or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see more blitzes to test how's Bryce Underwood seeing this game. How's the game being called? If I've got 6-7 guys up here, do they check out of runs and call a drag? Do they call a quick slant? Do they call something to beat to beat this pressure, to beat this blitz? Against Oklahoma, we didn't. So I can't say, oh, they're gonna fix it. I gotta see it first, and then I can say, okay, they ain't playing around. So I'm gonna be watching to see how they do if we do see some of those 6-man fronts and 7-man fronts. See how the game is called. Are we noticing? Are we checking to a blitz beater, or are we not? Are we running into 6- and 7-man fronts like, oh well? I'm still watching. I'm still watching to see. Because I'm gonna say this: a lot of people have faith in the coaches. regardless. A lot of people have faith in the coaches. I don't always have faith in every coach, and I don't. You know what I have? I have faith in results. That's what I have in. So when you give me the results to consistently have faith in you, then I got faith in you. So if the results ain't matching up, I ain't gonna have that much faith because you ain't got the results. You got to show me that you understand what you have and how to beat these blitzes. We're getting the play calls in on time. So if you do need to check out of something, you can do it. All of these things were mistakes that happened against Oklahoma. So I'm still watching to see if you fix those mistakes, if we've ironed those kinks out. Now, I know people are going to say, well, that was because of Sharon. You could be right, but I don't know for sure to say that yet. Now, the running the quarterback, that was Sharon trying not to. But as far as the different things that were going on with the offense, I can't say for sure until a few more games. I have to see it. I'm not just going to blame him for everything right off the bat. Now, it's partly his fault, but I ain't going to put it all on him for the Oklahoma debacle on offense. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm interested to see, and I start rambling, so let me go and wrap it up. So I'm interested to see how the offensive line plays. Now, the offensive line, it took them a minute to get push in the run game on Saturday. Also had some pressures on Bryce, but Central Michigan had some pressures on Bryce. And you know what happened? He was running up the sideline. Him running up the sideline. Oh, him gone. Yeah, him fast. Pressure ain't a sack. Pressure ain't the sack. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they play this with the run game. Are you trying to grind this game out? Because Michigan's always going to want to establish the run, but how long? If it's not working, how long are we going to wait to put it more on Bryce? Like I said in another video, this may be a year where we need to pass to set up the run because there's probably going to be heavy boxes most of the time. Prove to us you can consistently beat us through the air, Bryce. If I'm a defensive coordinator, that's what I'm saying to myself. Prove to me, Bryce Underwood, I ain't never seen a freshman like you. Prove to me you can beat us with your arm. Make us get these safeties and these guys out of the box. Make us. So to me, this might be earlier in the year. We might need to pass to set up the run, to teach these teams a lesson that you can't. You chose to go heavy in the box. Now we shredding you, and now you got to get those guys out of the box. Now the run game is clicking, and now we picking our poison. Run, pass, Bryce, run. What you want to do? We eating you up. That's how you play it. So we'll see. Some of this stuff, because we've seen two different offenses out of Michigan. From Oklahoma to Central. That's why I'm kind of a little all over the place with the offense, because we saw two different offenses. So I don't know which one is going to show up at Nebraska. You get what I'm saying? Because them boys fly around. If they don't do anything else, them boys fly around and gang tackle. They do, So last thing on the offense, I want to see some eye candy motion. We saw some against Central. Very good. Shout out to Chip Lindsey. He called a hell of a game on against Central, but it was Central. But the motion, the eye candy, gotta see it. Make this defense. This is a defense that they're not exotic. They're not gonna fool you too many times, but they just play fast and aggressive. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not a complex defense. They just play fast and aggressive. What do you do when a team is playing playing too fast, you misdirection them. You eye candy them. Because they're playing so fast and downhill, they see something going this way, they gone. Then it comes back this way, they're out of position. So you want to do all these little things on a defense like this that's fast, pretty physical, and they play aggressive. Make that work against them. So that's what I got on this one for the most part, y'all. It's going to be an interesting game because Nebraska probably should have lost to Cincinnati. They got out of there. Dylan Raiola was making mistakes, kind of keeping Cincinnati in the game. And he also threw a couple picks that were dropped that one of them for sure would have went to the house. So they barely beat them. And Michigan, we're still trying to figure out our offense with a freshman quarterback and a new offensive coordinator. So there's some unknown answers. We don't know how good Nebraska is, and Michigan licking its wounds off of Oklahoma and figuring out this new offense. You don't know exactly how good Michigan is. So some questions going to be answered on Saturday. The question is it going to be good for Michigan or is it going to be bad for Michigan? But I'm pretty confident it's going to be good for Michigan. I'm pretty confident about this one. As long as last thing, I know I done said that about 2-3 times. Last thing, I need to see that defense flying around. I don't want to see Nebraska's defense flying around, gang tackling with energy, and then we're making tackles and guys celebrating by himself and everybody else like walking back to the huddle. What are you doing, dog? This is the best place you want to be. Where else you want to be? Saturday. You playing Central. Who cares? Let's tear these boys up. Let's tear them up. Let's get it. So I want to see the energy on defense and offense. We see it on offense when they make the plays, but I want to see that defense flying around, being physical and understanding what they have to do so you can fly around and gang tackle. Let's go out there and gang tackle. Not this solo guy. One guy make the tackle and he's celebrating and everybody else standing around. Celebrate with your teammates. What is going on? I'm not sure. Last thing. What was that? Somebody take a shot every time I say last thing. I'm not sure if they're too physical in practice on defense. And I know somebody was saying, well, it's a younger team. Our starting defense is mostly juniors and seniors. Like, being physical in practice is a good thing, but it can also rack up injuries and it could deplete your guy's tank before Saturday. He ain't even ready. He tired of hitting by the time Saturday come. You want your team to still be fresh to inflict pain on the other team, not just on their teammates. And then you don't want them using it all up on their own team. You want them to be fresh and locked in and ready to fly around on Saturday. Now, I can't say that that's a fact. That's just one of my, it seems like every year I come up with something that I'm seeing, and until further notice, it's one of my conspiracy theories. My conspiracy theory right now is that we're hitting too much in practice. I know somebody's gonna say that's not physical football. It's smart football. You want to be fresh for Saturday to take it out on your teammates. As long as you know what you're doing, Saturday, boy, them boys gonna hit. As long as they know what they're doing and know where they're supposed to be, and they're not thinking, Saturday they'll hit. So you don't want to hit too much in practice, and guys are getting dinged up too much, and guys are almost don't got much left to hit on Saturday. You want the boys ready to go and ready to knock dudes out on Saturday. So I hope that's not it, but I'm keeping an eye on it because I'm not seeing the energy and the flying around and the enthusiasm like I want to see on defense. Boy, come on, you on defense, dog. So we'll see. I hope I see it though. I hope I see it. I hope I see it. The flying around. But I expect Michigan to win this game, honestly. I don't trust Dylan Raiola, even though he's 76% on the year and all of that. I still don't trust him. I think he's kind of a bonehead. So Michigan just has to bring it out of him and, do whatever you have to do on offense, whether that's moving the ball with Haynes and Marshall and Bryce with his legs, and then making the throws that you have to, finding a way to move the ball on this defense. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great.